Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Here in the Bible Bistro, this week we're looking at Psalm 115. Yesterday we did the contrast and conflict between the God who is in the heavens and the gods of men who are silver and gold statues. Real pretty, but no life. There's no life in the statue. And those that trust in those statues are like those statues. No life in them either. And this is going to come, we're going to pick that up again, that theme of life and death, over there in verse 17. So we'll check that out when we get over there. We ended yesterday with the question, what should we trust in? Because the psalmist says, they that make them are like unto them, so is everyone that trusts in them. So if everyone who trusts in these idols is also lifeless and dead, then the question is, what should we trust in? And the answer comes here in 3 verses, verses 9 through 11. Let me read those for you. O Israel, trust thou in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. Ye that fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. Now tomorrow we'll pick up in verse 12 and do 12 through 15, but I'm going to stop right here today with verse 9, 10, and 11. So we're answering the question, what then should we trust in? If I can't trust in idols, then where should I place my trust? Well, how about in the God who is in heaven, the God who does whatever he pleases? Well, what about him? How about the Lord who glorifies his own name and who we praise because of his mercy that he displays towards us and his truth upon which he bases all his judgments? How about that God? How about we look up to the heavens and we worship the true and living God who is not represented by an idol or a statue? Here the psalmist says, Israel, trust thou in the Lord. O house of Aaron, trust in the Lord. Notice that we have Israel, Aaron, and those that fear the Lord. So Israel, of course, is the entire people of Israel, the people of Abraham. Those that are in covenant with God, trust in the Lord. O house of Aaron, now we're going to narrow the scope down, and we're talking about just Aaron's house, because this is the house of the priesthood. These priests are offering up sacrifices daily in the service of the Lord. And of course, this psalm is being sung in the temple or the tabernacle, and they're thinking about, of course, these that are doing the service, ministering to the people. They need to be trusting in the Lord too, don't they? Sure they do. Even though you're in the service of the Lord, whether you're a pastor, no matter what you are, you too must trust in the Lord. Don't take for granted the fact that, well, you're in the ministry, therefore you're okay. No, you need to have a personal relationship with him first, then ministry next. And then finally, verse 11, ye that fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. Who's he talking to there? Everybody else. So Israel is mentioned, those that are in covenant. House of Aaron, those who are ministering. And then ye that fear the Lord. So let's go outside of Israel now. All the Gentile nations, those people who are trusting in the Lord. Remember, Jesus said he's going to call people from the east and from the west to come to the table and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So ye that fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. So this is for us. This is for everyone outside of Israel. This is for those who trust in the Lord, who fear the Lord, trust in the Lord. For he is our help and our shield. How wonderful. The Lord's built a vineyard, and he's hedged about it with a fence. He is our shield. He has dug a winepress in it. He is our help, and he's put a tower in its midst. Join me again tomorrow, and we're going to look at verses 12 through 15 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.